you can create your own wireless lab for the ENCORE exam. The first thing you have to do is check in this document, the Cisco Wireless Solution Software Compatibility Matrix. And here you can choose the access point that better suits your needs. Some of these access points are recent, some of these are older, and depending on the access point you choose, you will have to download the appropriate version of the wireless controller. You can go to the Cisco site and download here some of these versions, and you can choose your AP searching in eBay. For instance, these two are some of the oldest APs and the smaller ones as well. So remember, these devices are POI, so you can choose to buy the adapter, or you can go get a POI switch. Remember that it is better if your switch can handle routing and maybe some DHCP. So make sure to find a good switch for that. Then you have to go into GNS3 and configure your wireless controller to communicate with your network interface cards. Your network interface cards should be configured in the bridge mode. You can do that by going to VMware, edit, virtual network editor, and then you have to click on change settings, and then you can configure there your network interfaces as bridge. I have two. Notice that they get assigned a VMNet number. Then you have to go into your virtual machine and create your adapters. Notice I am using the same VMNet numbers that I configured before. So in that way you can accomplish this, so you can connect your wireless controller to an external switch. I had to use 3 interfaces for this. You can also go into eBay and get really cheap network interfaces, so no problem there. Remember that the older your AP you get, the more work you have to do, because for instance, with my AP, I had to find an appropriate iOS. For instance, I had to find a W8 iOS in order to make it lightweight, because otherwise it will go into the standalone mode, and you don't want that. And I had to find a recent version of the iOS, because I was working with an old version and I couldn't make it join the wireless controller. So once it joins the wireless controller, it will download a more appropriate version like this one. And remember that even these are old devices, their certificates are expired by now. So you have to make sure to go into your wireless controller and enter these commands: config AP cert-expiry-ignore, one for MIC and one for SEC, enable, because this will make your checking for your certificates disable the checking for your certificates for your APs, because these are really old. These APs have more than 10 years and their certificates are expired by now. So also make sure to go into your lab and wireless controller and go into management and software activation licenses. Click on your license, activate it, set status, I accept, and make sure to configure your time correctly, because otherwise you will have problems for having your AP joining your wireless controller. And this setup is really useful because you can work with the security features like the extensible authentication protocol that gets examined in the exam. That's it.